What's going on, YouTube? I am your host, Boston Daily 91. Welcome back to the studio. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over that. But before we go over that, as always, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're looking to contact us in any way, tab over to the About section of the channel, and you will find everything linked there. So, with that being said, we got a couple things to talk about. On this channel, in the studio, okay, we like to do a few things. We like to go over pro players, and one of the things we do is we throw accusations around. We're not always right, and we never claim to always be right, and I have always said, and I always will say, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. So with that being said, the camera was reversed, reason being that's why he's looking to the right. It doesn't matter. If I'm wrong sometimes, or if anybody's wrong sometimes, it doesn't discredit all the times when we were right. It doesn't discredit the fact that a lot of his shots were going center mass and a lot of the other points that we pointed out in that video. These things are going on. And one thing I've also always said is that these people, they don't tell you how to get better. They do this for the content and the money side. And in this video, we have a prime example of exactly what's going on. I'm going to show you a few videos done by a YouTuber named Minhxdynasty. Now, he's going to give you a bunch of tips over on this channel on how to get better at Warzone. And sure, they are tips, they are valid points, but they're not going to talk about the custom scripts that they use, the programs, the settings for those, and things like that. They're going to just tell you the face value of things like the custom controllers. All right, and that's my problem. These people aren't being real, and they are customizing cheats. So you got two different sides of the community. You got the community that doesn't know about the custom cheats, and then you got the community that does, that decides to cheat with them. And that's what we're here to crack open. So nothing takes away from all the work that we've done. I have yet to see any real evidence proving that none of these guys don't cheat. And again, like I said, they hide it all in plain sight. So hope you guys sit back, relax. It's going to be a banger, absolute banger. So let's not waste no more time, and let's get right into it. All right, so before we get into the video, I just want to say one thing, and that one thing is thank you guys so much. On our last video, we hit over 100 likes. Those likes are important because it helps YouTube's algorithm push the video to more people so we get our message across. So with that being said, thank you. Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure to go down, drop a like. It's completely free. I won't be wasting no more of your guys' time. Baby, let go. All right, so we're going to be looking at two of the videos. We're going to be looking at the sniper tips first, and we're going to be looking at how to get higher kill games 2 days ago and 1 week ago. So let's just dive right into it, shall we? All right, let's go. Oh yeah, by the way, so this is content. Content creates dollars. Is the whole reason why they cheat, and they don't tell you about it, but they will tell you this. So let's see if there's any useful techniques on the custom cheats that are used in the settings for those, on how it is people are getting better.
Quick scoping is just that. Quick scope.
That's not, no, I didn't, that's not, oh, nice.
Oh, you quick scope him?
Yeah.
Damn.
Centering is everything in Warzone, especially when you're running around with a sniper in your hand. The better you are at centering, the less time it takes for you to move your scope when you ADS or have to rely on flicks, which is a little bit less consistent, even though it looks sexy, than fundamental centering. During your warm-up, instead of focusing exactly where your enemy bots are, focus on exactly where your crosshairs or your centering is. If you don't get anything else from this video, please just get centering. It'll completely change the way you snipe. Also, if this video gets 5,000 likes, I'll be giving away a brand new scuff controller, so make sure you subscribe down below and turn on bell notification. Even though we're doing headshots only, I want you to first aim for the chest area and then slowly move your right stick up. Right when you feel that drag of the aim assist, that's when you pull the trigger. Big question that I asked was, do you hold your breath when you quick scope? And the answer when you're playing on a controller is no. Mouse and keyboard players simply have the option to hold two different buttons as they're quick scoping to hold their breath. But for us controller players, let's just use aim assist and quick centering.
Wait, you got rid of our loadout.
Oh, you're the best. Going off this concept.
All right, now I'm going to move my head, and we're going to focus in on a comment. We're going to focus in on the comment by Baltimore J. We're going to see what he says. All right, so you see what he says, how he says he doesn't feel the sticky aim at all. He even turned aim assist off and then back on. you're not going to feel any kind of sticky aim unless you're running cheats alongside with these people that are doing it for money grabs, like I've always said.
Of intentionally using aim assist when sniping on controller, I want to talk to you guys about this thing called the drag scope. Looking at your enemy standing still, I want you to drag your scope over the enemy's head at a consistent pace. Even though you're moving your stick at a consistent pace, it starts to drag right around the head and upper chest area. Right when you feel this drag, that's when you pull the trigger. This, like the quick scope, is a feel. It's a muscle memory, so just practice quick scopes, practice the drag scope. This is how I hit these shots even though I didn't see my enemy, through bushes or even through smoke, like this crazy clip.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at this clip. Now, one point I want to make here is the more you play with these custom cheats, the more accustomed to them you become. And the better timing you're like, if you know how the cheats work, you're going to know when to shoot your shot, right? And this isn't the only clip that he has like this. So let me know so far what you guys think in the comments below.
Aim assist definitely has its advantages. It's not broken, but we only have our thumbs to aim while mouse and keyboard players have their entire arm to aim with. When it comes to leading your shots with aim assist, even though you're not moving your scope at all, if your enemy runs across, you'll feel this drag, and that's when you want to pull the trigger again. I hope you guys can see kind of a repetitive trend here. Even when it comes to centering, notice as I move from right to left here without touching my right stick, the camera moves by itself. Now continue to do this warm-up for around 10 minutes until you feel in sync with your sniper. Even though it's one of the oldest builds, I think the car is one of the best snipers in the game, and you definitely should use it when warming up for sniping. Also, I mean, you don't have Cold War options in this game mode. Also, just like our controller warm-up, remember to add movement into your shots like the double bunny hop. Getting into Warzone itself, remember, your secondary is one of the most important parts of your loadout because it really opens up your game as a sniper. You want something that can melt close range, but something that's also consistent at a medium range gunfight, especially in situations where
So one thing I want to note there is, again, when he pulled out his SMG, just like everybody else's that we've exposed over on this channel, it's straight center mass, even when the player is down. Never on the leg, nothing like that.
You crack the armor on your first sniper and finish the down with a couple bullets of your AR or SMG. Actually, I have the perfect example to show you in these two fights downtown. In the first situation, I snipe him, break his armor, but instead of switching to my secondary and downing him, I try to hit him again with a second sniper shot. Obviously, he goes and gets cover, and I don't have the opportunity to down him. In the second example, after hitting my first shot, I learned my lesson, switch weapons, and go for the down and the finish. This is one big reason why you...
All right, let's go take a look.
You want something that can melt close range for something. Lesson, switch weapons, and go for the down and finish.
Now, a lot of people in the comment section like to talk about sports analogies and like, oh, well, this person cheated. Well, you're right. So when people in sports cheated for a lot of money, kind of like what's going on right now, when they got caught, they admitted to it, right? These people have been caught, they've been busted, and they're still saying that it doesn't go on. All of them. They're not saying that any of their buddies that have been accused cheating, they're not saying they cheat. They're literally just acting like, so for instance, Tim the Tap Man come start streaming over on YouTube to stream with Doc. He's the same as Doc. Maybe he doesn't cheat. Again, we don't know. But I'm just going to assume that he doesn't cheat. Him and Doc are legit, right? They're playing with cheaters because it's good for business. It's drawing in views right now. It's making money. It would be a bad business decision not to do that. And they're all acting like it isn't going on, which makes them all guilty. All right, now in this next segment of the video, he's going to teach you how to beat your personal record and raise your KD. So let's just not waste no time and get right into that.
Is about to end, but we need to get our highest kill game before the new game comes out. In the next couple months, I'll attempt to get my first ever 30 bomb. We won't ever get to play this map of Warzone ever again, so I need you to lock it in and break your PR. Today, I finally broke my PR after chasing it for weeks, and I want to show.
Notice how all the cheaters use the same lingo. Lock it in. Let's get locked in. Let's try our hardest with these cheats that we have that nobody knows we have. And look how happy he is. Let's take a zoom in. Just look how happy this dude is. And then It's crazy because they're cheating you and getting away with this. So let's get right into the video.
Share with you how I did it to save me time.
Holy shit. We broke PR!
Chasing a PR is not only fun and a flex, but it also forces us to play at our highest level. And this level of intensity is when we really grow. Plus, when going for higher kill games, it makes us a better player faster. Because the more engagements you get into, the more repetitions you get under your belt. In this video, I'll break down the 7 keys to chasing higher kill games and breaking your PR. Play to your potential, you'll need to use every single one and combine the 7 strategies from beginning to end. And of course, you need to incorporate your play style into the blueprint. Decision making. If our PR is not pro level, let's say 40 to 60 kills, and more so in the 20 to 40 area, we can actually choose not to fight every single fight that we have in front of us. We can choose our engagements wisely. For fights that we know we have a lower chance of winning, we can just back off and retreat. Campers, building teams, and fighting sweaty teams until the very end. However, if we do find ourselves in these tricky situations, there are ways to entirely wipe squads and move on safely. When going to break your PR or chase high kill games, the mindset has to be back-to-back wins. Every fight that you put yourself through, you have to think, 1, what are the chances of me actually winning this fight? And 2, what are things that I can do to increase the chances of winning every single fight? This is a very simple concept, but in the heat of battle, we don't always think about that.
Yeah, what mods, what custom scripts, what settings for these things like the Cronus Zen, and what works, right? Why is this not being said in either of these videos that we went over? No mention of none of this. They act like they're not being used. They act like they plug in a controller, turn the game on, turn nothing else on, have nothing else set up, and just go. It's the craziest thing, bro.
We need 10 different engagements to break our PR, but each engagement has a 50% chance of winning. We do 0.5 times 0.5 10 different times.
And again, right there, just the knowledge of where everybody is, already pre-aiming where the enemy was, right? And it, like, sure, there could have been something up, whatever, but they all look the same, act the same, play the same. So what does this person know that you don't know? This isn't, anybody that plays the game regularly knows this isn't it.
If you have 10 engagements at a 50% chance of winning, you'll need...
And he's just talking gibberish. Look at 0.5 times 0.5 equals 10. Like, what is he talking? What are you talking about, my guy? Like, it's crazy.
1,024 matches.
And where do you think he learned to get to do what he's doing? He learned it from YouTube. What are people on YouTube doing? They're cheating for money. There's a reason why none of these Warzone pros are on actual pro teams, because they don't play legitimately.
Break your PR.
And any legit player knows this.
It's got time for that. Versus increasing that win percentage to 80% from 50%, we will only need 10 matches until we break our PR. If you understand this concept, you'll realize that an outcome is just a string of results. Just bring in a little bit of economics and statistics.
Let's go back and look at some of that whole little reel right there.
In this concept, you realize an outcome is just a string of results.
So what robot is that you are using? What we do here, we ask tough questions that nobody wants to ask because everybody wants to pretend like we're in La La Land and don't know what's going on.
When it comes to the fights themselves, slow it down. Remember, breathe. Think strategically and ask, how can I increase my chances of winning this fight? Who do I try to down first, and what cover can I use around me when I slowly go in for the push? Take a breath and formulate your plan. Just like our solo squads.
Does anybody think like this when they're playing Warzone? Is this why you suck? If you don't do what this dude's saying, this is what he's saying the pros do. And we have footage saying otherwise, that they're using a robot. Look at this.
This video, we're putting everything we've learned into practice. We need to constantly think about if it's a smart decision or not. Where do we have the highest chances of winning? And this all starts with our trigger discipline. We want to get as much information as we can before deciding to take that first shot. Because
and it could be safe to say that he's even playing in bot lobbies, right?
right when you take that first shot, your enemy squad will know exactly where you and your team are coming from. So make sure it's an easy down and somewhere where you can potentially get the full. But also know that you can use the down enemy to draw out their other teammates. Where's your buddy, bro? Where's your buddy, bro? Just like any show or movie where the main character has to save his girl. The beginning. It is all about how you start and how you finish. But when we're focusing on high kill games, there are different ways to start a game. You can focus on getting your loadout as fast as possible, completing a scavenger contract and getting those $10,000. Or you can land hot in a place like hospital, superstore, or hangars. Land on a heli and get some quick chops and some ground loot kills. I focused on landing straight onto the hospital heli, and trust me, it took a lot of repetitions of eating the ground or losing it by just a hair. But over time, just like anything else, I think I figured out the best system to always win a heli. Confirmed by a couple pro friends, to win a heli, I jump around 720 to 710 meters, go straight, but instead of looking straight down at the heli, I want you to look forward.
What I'm saying, man, it's just a bunch of gibberish. Now, this next segment we're gonna get into, this gun skill, I found this very interesting because just like the sniper video, he talks a lot about like sticky or this aim assist that just we know from the research and videos and things that we've put out that just doesn't exist.
Forward with your gun skill. So far, we talked about strategies and the mindset when going for higher kill games and breaking your PR. But don't forget that your gun skill needs to be on par when taking your plan into action. Make sure you're using a loadout and guns that you're comfortable controlling the recoil and mobility with. Do your warm up against bots, aim assist off, headshots only for 10 minutes, and prepare your fingers and your mind to be a walking aimbot. Now's not the time to be playing around with different sensitivities and settings.
A walking aimbot. Notice how they just speak about the stuff in plain sight. I never warmed. You just, they aren't doing this, man.
Get your money up.
Look at that snap. All right, let's go back and look at it. When this, man.
Yeah.
The dude snaps right up to your head and then straight to the chest, like always. Now, is that just and again? Talks about recoil control, but they have no recoil on any of their guns. Then he's arrogant and tells you to get your money up. They talk to you like some kind of bot, like you're some kind of peasant, and they're not telling you the truth. If they were telling you the truth, then we would never be here. That's the problem.
Bounty, UAV, repeat. Just like the real world, having money makes more money. From the start, we want our economy to be our priority. Right off the drop, finding enough money to buy UAV
So he idolizes swag. Known cheater.
and a loadout
Covered him plenty times.
needs to be our focus when chasing higher kill games. Like making sure you hit that like button below if you're so excited to chase your highest kill game ever. We're going to be running around chasing kills anyway, so getting a bounty is killing two birds with one stone. The loadout and UAV will help us get the bounty a little bit faster, and then it's rinse and repeat. Loadout, UAV, bounty. And after a while, you'll have enough money to buy self-revives. We also don't want to always blow our cash because at times, certain teammates will want to push and be a little bit more aggressive. And you want to save and hold cash, potentially buy them back. Once your money is thriving, invest into an advanced UAV. And I'll pop a super bonus.
He's pretty much telling you everything you already know. Get your money up, right? Pacing. What? Let's see.
Saying that we need to keep our pace up when going for higher kill games. We need a vehicle that can rotate us quickly from one fight to the next. Throughout my PR chase, I always landed on a heli because this gave me the fastest vehicle for rotations through the air, but also the opportunity to get a few potential chops at the beginning. We want to use it to rotate from team to team and always get a higher power position. We want to be patient with our fights, but we need to be efficient when it comes to our rotation. And remember,
And if you look at all these kills, they're all right at the chest.
don't only look for the immediate
No matter
fight.
what the gun
Plan
is.
your next 1, 2, 3 steps. For example, if we land hospital and clean up around that area, we can then rotate into downtown. But if you're like
Chest.
me and hate
Chest.
to fight downtown,
Chest.
you can rotate west.
It just sticks to the chest. They all do. Even if he was shooting that dude with the SMG from that range, there would be no recoil and it would all go to the chest.
Superstore, airport, boneyard, and storage. A pro tip to gauge where people are around
And it did it again.
the map.
Can't even
at
make
the
this
start of
shit
the
up,
game,
man.
Good idea.
Never hits
Visualize
legs,
Trust me,
nothing.
I tried. And
So-
it's hard to extend games after dying again after the gulag. Sometimes you're just ours. You've struck gold, my friend. If everybody in your squad is following these 7 steps, not only will all of you frag out and get high kill games, but most of the time you'll make it to end game and win more games. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And remember to keep your economy up the entire time, because if your teammates want to be a little bit more aggressive and push team split, you always have the insurance to be able to buy them back. It's fun to fool around and play the game we love, But if you're like me, adding that competitive spark will really show what you're capable of. Let me know what your PR is in the comment section below.
All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Boston Daily. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for everything that you do and the growth of this channel. We would not be here without you guys. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, much love. Stay safe. I'll see you guys.